I took going to Ponar a lot harder than I thought I would. Ponar is the site, it was originally a resort town about 10 kilometers outside of the city center, where about 100,000 people were murdered, majority of them Jews, uh, towards the end of the ghetto period and then when the ghetto was finally liquidated. I made a very strange and purposeful decision in the beginning to never look at the calendar. I decided if I knew what was going to happen the next day, I'd always dread it. And some days, I'd overhear what we were going to do. But I actually got on the bus going to Ponar, not knowing we were going to Ponar till we got off the bus. Much of the families of people, including myself, who have relatives who came from Lithuania were murdered there. You know, I know my grandfather's siblings and their children were my great-grandfather's siblings and their children were certainly murdered there. You know, and you walk down the woods, it's a beautiful, beautiful place, you know, scenic woods. And there's a very odd, unnatural pit. And a pit is where they put people and shot them by the thousands and then brought in people to burn their bodies and started over again. And we're there with someone, I won't mention his name, but a lot of people know who he was, whose parents survived the war, but whose older brother was killed there. And, you know, and he's there with his son. And it was, you know, it was very surreal. There's a Sutzkever poem I knew at the time. I don't think I can recite the whole thing, but The Blade of Grass from Ponar. And Sutzkever in the 80s gets a letter from this woman, and she sends a blade of grass. And Sutzkever imagines the thoughts of all the people who had died there encapsulated in this blade, and the children being made to play violin by the devil. You know, this incredible, the letters of the alphabet burning as the children's bodies are being burned. And I remember thinking, I need to get a blade of grass. I need to ask someone for permission. Who has the moral authority to give me permission to take the grass? Such a strange idea to ask for permission. So I asked Fanya for permission. Who else has permission? I said, would it be okay if I take a few pieces of grass from Ponar? She very nonchalantly pulls the grass out, hands it to me, and smiles. So I took the grass. I thought, having talked to people who had been there and concentration camp survivors, and you know, I didn't even talk about my third set of grandparents who were Holocaust survivors in the interview, but I thought being there would be like, would not be so hard, but it was absolutely crushing. It was absolutely crushing.